Have you ever wondered why we fail to stick to our resolutions? Why do our New Year plans vanish by February? We all dream big, losing weight, saving more money, learning a new language, starting a side hustle, but somehow our motivation fizzles out. What if I told you the problem isn't you, but your system? Today, we'll dive deep into Atomic Habits by James Clear, one of the most practical and powerful books on habit formation ever written. This book isn't just about habits, it's about how tiny changes can lead to extraordinary results. So buckle up, grab a notebook, and let's transform your life. One tiny habit at a time. What are atomic habits? Let's start with the basics. What exactly are atomic habits? The word atomic refers to something incredibly small, like atoms, but also fundamental and powerful. James Clear explains that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just as money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. Imagine brushing your teeth. It seems small and almost insignificant on any given day. But over years, it protects you from cavities and dental diseases. Similarly, a small decision to read 10 pages daily might not feel big today. But over a year, that's 3,650 pages, about 12 to 15 books. The power of tiny changes. Let's talk about a powerful concept, the 1% rule. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the end. On the flip side, if you get 1% worse, you'll practically hit zero. Here's a real-life example. Imagine a British cycling team that hadn't won the Tour de France in over 100 years. When Dave Brailsford took over as coach, he focused on making tiny 1% improvements everywhere, from the nutrition of riders to seat comfort to the way they washed their hands to avoid illness. The result? The team won the Tour de France multiple times and dominated Olympic cycling. This is the power of tiny gains. Focus on systems, not just goals. Most of us focus on goals. I want to lose 10 kilo. I want to write a book. I want to save $10,000. But goals alone don't get you anywhere. Think about this. Both winners and losers have the same goals. Every athlete wants to win gold. Every entrepreneur wants to succeed. So what makes the difference? Systems. A system is the collection of daily habits that lead you toward your goal. If your goal is to run a marathon, your system is your weekly training plan. If your goal is to write a book, your system is writing a page every day. Focusing on systems frees you from constantly worrying about your goals and shifts your attention to the process. Identity-based habits. Become the person you want to be. Ask yourself, who is the type of person that could achieve this goal? For example, instead of "I want to read more," think "I am a reader." Instead of "I want to get fit," think "I am an athlete." When your habits reinforce your identity, they become part of who you are, not just something you do. Here's a simple example. Two people are offered a cigarette. One says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." The other says, "No thanks, I don't smoke." The second person has changed their identity, and that is far more powerful. The 4 laws of behavior change. James Clear introduces a simple framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones. Law 1, make it obvious. Our environment shapes our behavior. If you want to practice guitar, leave it in the middle of your room instead of in the closet. If you want to eat healthy, keep fruits at eye level and hide chips in hard-to-reach places. This is called cue design. Law 2, make it attractive. Combine a habit you want to build with something you love. This is called temptation bundling. Want to go to the gym? Only allow yourself to listen to your favorite podcast while working out. Law 3, make it easy. Reduce friction. Make habits so easy you can't say no. Start with just 2 minutes of meditation instead of 30 minutes. Do 1 push-up instead of a full workout. The idea is to build consistency first, then increase intensity later. Law 4, make it satisfying. We repeat actions that feel rewarding. For example, put a coin in a jar every time you finish a workout, or use a habit tracker and mark an X on your calendar for every successful day. This visual progress is surprisingly motivating. Breaking bad habits, the inverse laws. To break a bad habit, reverse the laws. Make it invisible. Remove cues. Unfollow unhealthy food pages on Instagram. Make it unattractive. Reframe your mindset. Focus on the long-term damage. Make it difficult. Increase friction. Lock your phone away for certain hours. Make it unsatisfying. Create consequences. Tell a friend you'll donate money to a cause you hate if you slip up. This is one of the most encouraging concepts in the book. Imagine an ice cube in a freezing room. The temperature starts at -5 degrees Celsius. You slowly raise it, -4, -3, -2, but nothing happens. Finally, at 0 degrees Celsius, the ice cube starts melting. Similarly, your small efforts may not show immediate results. This is the plateau of latent potential. Most people quit here because they don't see progress, but those who push through suddenly experience a breakthrough moment. James Clear argues that environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. Think about why it's easier to eat junk food at a party. Changing your environment can often be more effective than relying on motivation or willpower. Why do we get bored and quit habits? Because tasks are either too easy or too hard. The Goldilocks rule says we stay motivated when the task is just the right level of difficulty. Not too hard, not too easy. For example, a video game that's too easy is boring, but one that's too difficult makes you quit. The best games keep you in a zone, always challenging enough to stay interesting, but not frustrating. Apply this to your habits. If your workouts feel boring, make them a bit harder. If your writing feels too difficult, make it simpler. Success isn't a goal, it's a system. James Clear's own story is an example. After a serious baseball injury, he focused on small daily improvements, making his bed, lifting light weights, eating healthy. These tiny changes helped him slowly regain confidence and strength, eventually leading to him becoming a top student and a successful entrepreneur. His life didn't change overnight. It changed because of tiny, consistent habits, compound interest of self-improvement. The same way your bank savings grow slowly at first and then explode after years, your habits work the same way. The earlier you start, the bigger the payoff. Small wins today equals massive gains tomorrow. Final message: tiny changes, remarkable results. Here's the core message: you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Ask yourself, what tiny habit can I start today? How can I make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying? Who do I want to become? Remember, your habits shape your identity. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. If this summary inspired you, imagine how much more you can learn by reading the entire book. If you'd like me to summarize more life-changing books in a simple, powerful way, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Comment below, what is one small habit you want to build starting today? I'd love to read and reply to your goals. Thank you for watching, and remember, big changes come from small atomic habits. See you in the next video. Add reaction.